For this lesson is 6.3. I can rotate figures on the coordinate plane. So a rotation is a transformation in which a figure is rotated or turned about a fixed point. So a fixed point means a point that doesn't move. The center of rotation is a fixed point. That means it doesn't move. Our rotation does not change the shape or size of a figure, so the pre-image and the image are congruent. That means they're the same shape, same size. So we're going to first start with the center of rotation being the origin. So it's really important that it tells us where we're going to rotate the point around. The first ones we're going to do about the origin. And we're going to start with triangle ABC. And you're going to draw in triangle ABC, and you can't see what I wrote there. A is going to be at 1, 2. B, so there's A. B is going to be at 1, 4. And C is going to be over here. Oops, I messed up. This is negative 1, 2 and negative 1, 4. And C is going to be over here at negative 4, 2. So there's A, there's B, there's C. We need to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So what that means is I'm going to take, basically what I'm doing is I'm taking this and I am taking that triangle. I know it's very thick, so it's hard to see exactly where the points line up. I'm taking that triangle and rotating it 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So the origin is the part where it doesn't move. That's the part where I'm going to hold my pen, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So it looks like that. The problem is I can't use this transparency on the test. So we need to know a different way to do it. So what we're going to do is I start at the center of rotation always. The center of rotation on this problem is the origin. So to get from the origin to A, I had to go to the left 1 up 2, right? I went to the left 1 up 2. So I need to rotate both of these 90 degrees clockwise. It's much easier to rotate ones that are perfectly horizontal or lines that are perfectly vertical 90 degrees clockwise. So if I think about a clock, I'm going 1 unit to the left, my pen's pointing to the left, I'm going to rotate 90 degrees clockwise, be pointing straight up. So 90 degrees clockwise from to the left 1 is up 1. 90 degrees clockwise from up 2 is 90 degrees clockwise is to the right 2. So I'm going to go up 1 to the right 2. There's A prime. So A prime is at 2, positive 1. Okay, to get from the origin to B, remember I always start at the point of rotation. To get from the origin to B, that was A, I went to the left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 90 degrees clockwise from to the left. If I were to go 90 degrees, that would be up. So that's going to be up 1. 90 degrees clockwise from up 4 would be to the left 4. So I'm going to go to the left, or sorry, to the right 4. 90 degrees clockwise from up is going to the right 4. You can't really see what my pen is doing. So up 1 to the right 4. There's B prime. And then for C, we start at the origin. We go to the left 4, up 2. So to get to C, 90 degrees from to the left is up, 90 degrees from up is to the right. So I'm going to go up 4 to the right 2, and there's C prime. So B prime is at 4, positive 1, and C prime is at 2, positive 4. So I'm going to look for a pattern between these numbers, and I can see that the X and the Y switch spots, right? This one went 1, 2, now it goes 2, 1. This one went 1, 4, now this goes 4, 1. This one went 4, 2, and now it goes 2, 4. So I know the X and the Y are going to switch spots, so my formula down here, I'm going to write that they switched. I'm also going to write that they, these were all negative, and now when they're over here in the Y coordinate spot, they became positive. So we took the opposite of them. So to symbolize that I'm doing the opposite, I'm going to put a negative in front. So whatever I had as my pre-image, when I rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, becomes y negative x. So I could do this without the arrows and just use the formula, but this only works when I'm doing 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. And I could just switch the x and the y and take the opposite of the x coordinate and put it here. Okay, let's do 180, and then we're going to do 270. So I'm going to use the same original triangle. So A is here, B is here, C is here. And now we're going 180 degrees clockwise about the origin. So again, if I were to use my transparency, I would do like this, and I would rotate it 180 degrees. So there's 90, there's 180. So it's going to be down here. But I can't use the transparency, so we'll do it without. So remember, A was to the left 1, up 2, 180 degrees is halfway around the circle. So 180 from going to the left would be going, there's 90, there's 180, be going to the right. So I'm rotating it to the right, so it's going to the right 1. 180 from up 2 would be halfway around the circle, so it'll be going down 2. So to the right 1, down 2, there's A prime. All right, then B prime. B right now is at -1, 4. So 1 to the left, 1, up 4. So if I rotate these arrows 180 degrees, 180 degrees from going to the left is going to the right 1, and then 180 degrees from up is down. So to the right 1, down 4, there's B prime. And then C was to the left 4, up 2. So if I go 180, it's to the right 4, down 2. To the right 4, down 2. So there's C prime. Okay, now I should list out the coordinates. So I'm not having a lot of space. A prime is 1, -2. B prime is 1, -4, and C prime is 2, -4. Now this is, remember, this is all for the 180, not for the 270. So if I look at the original coordinates that I had over here, maybe I should zoom out a little bit, and I look at these coordinates over here, they didn't switch places like they did on this one. The 1, 1, 4, this is backwards. This is 4, -2. The 1, 1, 4 stayed over here, and the 2, 4, 2 stayed over here. But what happened is they were both the opposites. These were all negative, and they became positive. These were all positive, and they became negative. So we're going to take the opposite of both coordinates. So I can just use this formula, -x, -y, if I'm rotating 180 degrees about the origin. Okay, we have one more we're going to do together. So this last one is going to be 270 degrees clockwise. We're going to start with the same triangle. So A is going to be here, B is going to be here, C is going to be here. I should draw the triangle. And then we're rotating it 180 degrees this time about the origin. So there's 90, there's 180, which we just did, and now we're trying to do 270. So 270 would be right there. We can't use the transparency. So we'll go back to our original point. So if we are doing 270 degrees, I'm going to use green this time so it's a little bit less confusing. Remember, A was to the left 1, up 2 from the origin. I'm going to go 270 degrees. So 270 from, I'm going to use the cap because that's smaller. So see how this way is pointing left? 270 degrees clockwise. There's 90, there's 180, there's 270. So it'd be pointing down, down 1. Then we have to do 270 from up. So it's going up 2, there's 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees. So we're going to go to the left. So left 2. So A prime is down 1 to the left 2. So there's A prime. B was to the left 1, up 4. I know that 270 from to the left is down, so down 1 to the right 4. So down 1 to the right 4. There's B prime. And then C prime. C was to the left 4, up 2. So now I'm going to go down 4 to the left 2. So down 4 to the left 2. So there's C prime. We're going to come up with a formula for that one as well. So our new coordinates of A prime, B prime, and C prime, and I should have left more space. A prime is at -2, -1. B prime is at -4, -1. And C prime is at -2, -4. So go back to these original coordinates. And again, the x and the y switched places, right? We have 1, 1, 4. That's now on the right side. So I know my x and my y switched places. These ones kept the same sign. These were all negative. They're still all negative, so that's not going to change. But these were all positive, and now when they move to the front, they're all negative. So I'm going to take the opposite of the y coordinate and the x coordinate. So I can use that formula. Okay, the part you're going to try on your own is you're going to graph triangle DEF with the vertices -4, 4, so there's D. E is at -1, 2. And F is at -3, 1. You're just going to do the 90 degrees clockwise. Yep, about the origin. And after you rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, you're going to give the coordinates for D, E, and F. So your answer on Canvas should have 3 points, D prime, E prime, and F prime, and should have the new coordinates of those points. I understand this is a confusing lesson, that's why I wanted you to do the video so you had some background before you came into class, and we can talk about this again during class and talk about rotating about a fixed point.